Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how I achieved this look, please stay tuned and it is coming at you right now. So, I've never done a voiceover before, but I feel like this will be so much easier than actually trying to have a long video that doesn't really say anything. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just taking some paper towels, and that's liquid latex that I'm putting on my face. But then I realized, you'll see in a little bit, that I was kind of going too fast. I was getting ahead of myself. So all I'm doing right now is, taking off the latex that I put on my eyebrows because I want to protect my eyebrows first, right? So I'm going to take that Elmer's stick glue, the kid stick glue, and I'm going to just, brush up my eyebrows in a little bit, you'll see. And while that is on there and trying to dry, I am going to finish the rest of my face. I'm not good at this voiceover stuff, so just bear with me if I say a couple ums and whatever. But anyway, so I'm taking liquid latex and I'm just coating it over the paper towels. Now, I wanted a pretty big, thick base for my actual scars where the dang on, get it out, girl. Where the paper towel is where I want my scar to be, because I'm going for a more um, Pennywise kind of look, but without the actual paint. But then I realized I actually want my mouth to look like a scar too. So there I am adding paper towels to my actual lips and covering it all up. Super easy technique. Literally paper towels and latex is all you need. So I don't know what I got going on right here. Oh yeah, so I'm making the little pieces so that way I can get the top together. The parts I initially started doing before I protected my eyebrows. Yeah, that's what this is right here. Let's just go ahead and finish that, and then I'll get back when I get to something different. The reference photo I was using actually required the neck to be painted in the little, I don't even know what it's called, but it's like whatever the clown little clothing is. Instead of buying, it's also a cheap alternative to buying actual clothes for these looks. I don't know about y'all, but I'm on a budget. So yeah, painting is so much easier. And remember, this paint is stuff that I got from Party City. So it was like no more than $2 for these paints, which is also, awesome. So I'm just, it sounds self-explanatory. All I really used was white and red paint for this part. One side is going to be striped. The other side is going to be like polka dot-ish. Nothing really to add. The one thing I did realize about the cheap paint, if you kind of need to let it dry a little bit so it doesn't, like, if it picks up when it's a little wet, it's going to just slide it around vice, like sitting on your skin, if that makes sense. The more and more I play with this kind of paint, the more I understand it a little bit, if that makes sense. But go ahead and watch this little artistic break from moi. Not the best painter, but you get it. What I wanted to do here was try to find a way to connect it, because the picture showed like a kind of shoestring type of material going in and out of the neck. So I tried to recreate that with the paint. But I was going to try to make it neater, like the picture that I was following was, but it looked better sloppy to me. It looked more distressed, looked better distressed, if that makes sense. Look at that girl following the mirror without a problem, without a care. Okay, here goes the little shoestring thingies. Just little X's across your neck. Nothing too hard. Even I could do that, and I'm a beginner too. Then you'll see that I'm going to drag it all the way down my neck to kind of have the end of the shoestrings. Make it a little sexy so you can kind of contour your little boobies, you know. So I'm adding some white for a highlight to kind of bring out the strings as well. Because when it's one dimensional, it's not really like that appealing. But since I'm going for a more theatrical look, look at me like I know what I'm talking about. I just added some white so what you know what I'm saying. But let me shut up until something new comes. Well, that was fast. Yeah. So while I'm still waiting for my latex to dry, is what I'm just going ahead and adding the white to my face. And I don't really know how much time I have to talk about this stuff because I edited over an hour off of this look. Oh yeah, so that's a blow dryer. If you've never used one, highly recommend it to make your stuff dry a little bit. It kind of made it dry a little faster, at least enough for me to put the white over the latex because I needed to get this look going. I was ready to show it off to somebody. So yeah, just covering up all the yellow because that latex from Party City dried yellow for some reason. The other smaller liquid latex kind of dried white. But anyway, I'm cutting where I want, how big I want my mouth holes. It looks so weird, kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of creepy. But I'm trying to be careful because these are really sharp scissors and I have a bad luck with scissors. I always cut myself. So, and that's the back of a actual like paintbrush that I'm using because I don't have small scissors. Like I keep saying every look I need to get small scissors and I forget until it's time. But I'm just cutting it how thick I want. Sometimes if you just want a slit in your face, you can just cut a straight line. But if you want it kind of a gap, you need to cut off the edges a little bit. Okay. So that's all I'm doing. Make sure I don't stab myself in the eye. Because with my luck, I will stab myself in the eye. And I am so lucky that I did not. But it took my time. It looks like I'm going fast, but I went super duper slow. And I'm just going to do the same for the top. I wanted to aligned. I just want it to be really aligned, okay? I'm not too much worried about the edges because I'm going to have a wig on. So yeah, that part was pretty painful. The latex was pulling on my little eyeballs. Drawing some little eyebrows. It don't need to be neat because one thing I noticed about Pennywise and his makeup is that his makeup is not neat. Even in the original It, like I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a fan of cutesy makeup. Probably because I'm not that good at it. But I love me a messy look now. So I'm adding some black eyeshadow around my eyes. Easy. It's kind of like an off black. Had a little bit of glitter, you know. I had to put a little cutesy putesy in it. So I'm just going to put it around my eyes. Make it a little hollow. I think that's what I was going for. Yeah. Okay. Red on the nose, easy. I was trying to decide if I was going to do red on the nose or actually apply a actual clown nose, but as you can tell, I just went with the red nose. And now this is the part that I figured people really care about and try to figure out how to make it look real is this actual scar. Now I usually start with a lighter red. This is more of a medium red. I have Party City had an actual like stack of different colors that you can just stack on top of each other till you get to your desired look. So I'm adding a darker red and then I also add blood and then I add a black. It just depends on the look you're going for. It started off nice and cute, I guess. But I don't want cute when I'm doing special effects. I want it to be scary. I love horror movies. I love everything horror. So I know if I want something scary, maybe other people want something scary too. But it's literally just layers, layers upon layers, different textures, taking globs of red, globs of dark red and black, so that way you get that little scabby kind of look on the inside, like the meaty part of your skin when you have a cut. That's exactly what I'm going for. That right there that I'm dropping on my face is actually like the mouth paint, but I like how dark it is, and the paint was coming more red, like more bright red than dark, and I really wanted dark because it gives it that depth, like it's a deep, deep gash and wound. But here you see how I look at the camera? I was kind of messing up. But one thing I did realize is with my round, pretty little round face, looks like this are even scarier because it just morphs around the roundness of my face. And that's exactly what I was going for. But please be careful because remember, your latex may still be wet. And with all the movements on your face, I covered my whole face covered. I'm talking fast, ain't I? But I had my whole face covered. And it was kind of moving. The more I breathed, the more I did this, that, and the third. my face was kind of moving the latex around. So I think at this point I'm just adding finishing touches with the blood because you don't want to mess with it too much because the more and more you mess with it, the worse it gets. So as you can see, like look, I made lips. I don't want lips. I want it to kind of blend all together. So I take a beauty blender to try to fix it with some white paint and adding white paint to the parts that I think is showing the actual paper towel that I want to cover. Look at this little Pennywise, Sheena Wise, or whatever his coming together. Like I am so proud of myself. And if I can do this, anybody can do this. Literally, cheap materials, paper towel, fake, most expensive things that I have is that wig that I'm fitting to put on at the end, and the latex, and maybe the spirit gum as the only things that cost a lot of what I'm using. So Halloween is a couple days away. You still got some time, but I think I am done here. Throwing this wig on, man. I didn't know how I wanted it either. Like, I don't know how I wanted it. Braided or out. But she was kind of giving me Harley Quinn vibes when I took her the braids off. Adding some finishing touches again, I guess, girl. Just leave it alone. Oh, and this is when it started getting real raunchy. And then I looked at the braids. I was like, I don't want no pigtails. And then I actually ended up changing. You'll see in a little bit. Oh, I can't believe I talked to this whole tutorial, girl. That was fast. Yes, so this is the final look basically. I'm just going to shut up for the rest of the video and just let you enjoy the visuals. How about that? And let me know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe and share and do whatever you need to do to let your friends see this look. Or maybe you want somebody else to try this look or whatever. Just share it, you know. Just share it. Love y'all. Bye.